Hey everyone, welcome back to RK Reviews. I know it's been a really long time, but I promise to be more consistent and upload more movie reviews, restaurant reviews, and other vlogs and content that you guys like. And sometimes life gets in the way, but I'm back at it, and I'm really excited. And let's get straight to the review. So today we're going to be reviewing the new Hindi movie Fighter, directed by Siddharth Anand, starring Hrithik Roshan, Deepika Padukone, Anil Kapoor, Akshay Oberoi, Karan Singh Grover, and a big ensemble cast. And let's get straight to the pros and cons of the movies. So the first pro is obviously Hrithik Roshan. I cannot believe this man is 50. He just has that fitness, just his abs, just it makes me more motivation. It makes me want to go to the gym and work out, because that man just has abs, and he's my dad's age, so that was just in top shape. I don't know how he does it, and his acting is solid. He just has expressive eyes, and he just emotes really well. And his dance. Do we even need to talk about his dance? There's this song called Sher Ko Gaye, where he just dances naturally. Like, for some actors, they just worked so hard with the choreographers to, get the right steps. But this man, he just dances naturally. It's just in his blood. So he is definitely the backbone of this movie. And another pro is definitely Deepika Padukone. I was kind of skeptical when I saw the trailer. I was like, okay, she might be another romantic interest, in the Air Force. But no, she has a lot of emotional elements as well. And there's this emotional arc with her and her parents. And this is kind of a spoiler, but her dad doesn't want her to be in the Air Force. But she wants to be in the Air Force to prove that women can also be in the Air Force, because there aren't enough women in the Air Force. I really like that they touched on that angle. So that was definitely a positive. Deepika Padukone was really good, and it wasn't just her beauty; it was also her acting skills. She was able to showcase that in this movie. And Anil Kapoor, oh my God, he's just doing his thing right now. He did his thing in Animal, the Ranbir Kapoor movie, and now he's really good as the commander in this one as well. I don't know, he's also like a really natural performer. You can just tell that he's not like reading off of a script. It's just coming within. So he's just a natural performer, and it's always nice to see him on screen. And also some of the aerial sequences. I know this is going to be compared to Top Gun a bit, but you have to keep in mind that Maverick was made on a budget of 1,000 crores, whereas this one was made on a limited budget of 200 to 250 crores. And to match that to like 75-80% in terms of the VFX and aerial sequences, like, the director Siddharth Anand deserves praise, because it's really, really hard. Sometimes you can even tell that it is CGI, but they tried really hard to make sure that it looks realistic as possible. And there are some cons with the VFX as well, which I'll get to the cons part of the review. But for the most part, it was solid. It was as realistic as possible, especially for Indian standards. And also the screenplay, especially in the first half, was just breezy and solid. Like, you do not even feel bored for 1 second in the first half. And I really like the world building. Of Hrithik Roshan's character Paddy, Deepika Padukone's character Minnie, and Anil Kapoor's character Rocky, and Karan Singh Grover's character. I just liked how Siddharth Anand wrote the characters for them, because all of them had emotional layers. You resonate with each of the character, and that's really hard to do, especially for an action movie like Fighter. So props to Siddharth Anand for writing some nuanced characters. And this is definitely Siddharth Anand's most emotional work by far, because I felt like Pathan and like War and all those movies, they didn't have that emotional arc. You couldn't emotionally connect. Whereas in this, the emotions do work. The emotions work to to a great extent, and there's a lot of patriotism dialogues, like Vande Mataram, Jai Hind, and it makes sense because it's coming out for Republic Day, right? And another positive in the movie was definitely the Hrithik Roshan's dance. Hrithik Roshan, the in Shur Kul Gaye, like I already mentioned, his dance was just, I don't know how he does it, like it was so good. It's just a natural dancer, and I wish we could get to see more of that, and another positive for the movie, and a backbone is definitely the BGM. And I was surprised the BGM was actually pretty good for a movie like this. It wasn't too in your face. At the same time, it was like really good for the scene and the scene that's happening. So these are all the positives of the movie, and the negatives are definitely first the villain. The villain was, for me, really, really weak. It wasn't a strong villain. The looks were menacing. Like, he has like a red eye, and he has long hair. He's built. He looks scary, but he didn't have any emotional depth. And I would love to see a backstory. There wasn't a proper motive other than the India-Pakistan thing, which is kind of tiresome. So, and I'm telling you, he'll be one of the most polarizing villains for sure. After watching this movie, and another negative was the song placements. I felt like it was just abrupt. It just after one good scene, like they just place a song. It just ruined the flow of the scene. So that's another negative. And also, there was some cringy dialogues. I'm not gonna lie, there were some cringy dialogues, and there was one cringy scene where you will be like, "Matlab kuch bhi?" Like you'll be like that. What the scene was like, the Indian aviator. There's the scene where he has to like go into the Pakistani borders, and he tries to mimic, like a Russian accent. And he tries to get into the border, and it was one of the worst accents I've ever seen. It was so cringy. I got secondhand embarrassment in that one scene. It could have been avoided, and also and when you get to the second half, the screenplay does lag a bit in the second half. You feel the length, and it's mainly because of the emotional scenes. And like I said, the emotions do work, but they spent too much time on the emotions. In that time, we could have gotten more of a face-off between Hrithik Roshan and the villain, and we could have gotten a lot of different action scenes. But they saved a lot of the action scenes for the interval and the climax primarily, and everything else is more drama-based. So these are all the negatives of the movie. But overall, this is a really good comeback for Hrithik Roshan, and I enjoyed this movie a lot. It's definitely a decent watch at the cinemas, and especially if you take your friends or family, you'll have a really good time with it. And I'm giving this movie a 3.75 out of 5. Go watch it in theaters, and comment below what you thought of the movie as well, because I would love to get your perspective as well of the movie. But yeah, go watch Fighter. And I'll see you in the next review. Thanks.